All right, so we're gonna go now into our final practice, practice 3. So the theme, right? We're building off of movement patterns we've done before. And we're going now into this third day and using this tool that we used on practice 1 with the med ball. And again, the med ball, what it does is it gives feedback. It helps us control this thorax, our sternum, our ribs, our thoracic spine as we go through our squat pattern. In this case, now we'll go through our hinge pattern. So we're gonna go through a hinge pattern, holding a med ball in a zercher position again, and what we call a good morning. So instead of an RDL, we're holding the dumbbells or the kettlebells in front. We're now gonna hold a med ball in front, and it's gonna be a different feedback. Now we're extending that load upwards towards the upper part of our back, and what that does is it reinforces that hinge position, so it's not necessarily directly loading us and that center of gravity is lower. We're gonna stress it by getting a little deeper into that position. And you'll find with the med ball up here that you can counterbalance a little bit more comfortably, and you can sit deeper into that hinge pattern with flatter back. And we're creating pressure in the thorax, so it's safer to go lower in that position. We're actually gonna add another element to this of increasing our toes up. And just like we were talking about with our slant board on heels elevated squat, now we're gonna elevate the toe to take that pelvis from a natural anterior position and almost further accentuate that so we can create more length on that posterior chain. So as I'm going into this deeper range, I'm now getting to length in that muscular group that we're trying to hit a little bit faster. And we'll have a stable pelvis, a stable thoracic spine, so we can hit this deeper range with a lot better position. 5 sets of 5 with a 5 count down. We're gonna pair that up with a dumbbell neutral grip bench. We love neutral grip because we can sit deeper into that position. So anytime we go down towards the ground in that pressing position, whether it's overhead, incline, or flat, we'll always want to stress getting a neutral grip position as we go down. And what it does, it allows for us to get to a deep extended position, get a really good stretch, so pulling that insertion away from the origin to create as much stress in that area, and we can press up fast. And the nice thing about 5 sets of 5, again, the weight goes up when the reps go down, so we can really push some good weight in the dumbbell neutral grip bench. 5 count down. So this practice 3, I think the same thing as last block where we did the rotational bench and the deadlifts, is we find that this is a hard training session from the loads that we can hit. So a little different than 2 or 3, or 2 and 1, so we can get a little bit heavier load. So we might be a little bit more fatigued going through the A series on practice 3. For the B series, we're going to use the DC blocks for single leg box squat. So B1, we're going to go single leg box squat down to the DC blocks. And the difference being is instead of going down to the bench, which has a pretty high end point, we can go down to DC blocks and we can adjust that depth. Theme being, let's add increased range to increase that intensity, right? We can get really good benefit from going further down and increasing that range of motion without having to add external load. So we can go as low as we possibly can where we can actually recover from, right? Can I go down and up on one leg? That's gonna be 3 sets of 5 with a 5 count down. We're gonna pair that up with a chest supported row. So neutral grip, pulling our elbows as far as we can back, just like we talked about with neutral grip bench. Can I get to that deep extended position? Trying to get as much range, also with a 5 count down for 5 reps, 3 sets. So that's practice 3.